Okay, guys, fire away.
What's up with Dejan and
Dejan resting today. Part of his program in the off season is trying to make sure that we maintain his body properly here in the off season. And so today is more of a rest day. He probably rests more than anybody on our team, but that's more of a strategy for his off-season workout. AJ developed a little bit of a strained abdominal muscle, so he's been out for a couple of days. We'll work him back into practice, probably starting on next week. But the long term for both of those guys, they'll be in great shape, and everybody else is 100%.
Coach, practice 4-10. How have you seen the newcomers and the veteran guys mesh together so far with practice 4?
Well, first of all, our newcomers, they are talented in their own way, but part of it's been a little bit of a shock because the older guys, they come in and they get some of the shots that they got off easily in high school on the AAU circuit, maybe they get them blocked. Or when they're on defense, maybe they were able to rest on defense when they were in high school. Now they can't rest on defense because you're playing against Dejan Ingram and Braxton Key and Riley Norris and Dante Hall and AJ. So a lot of the things maybe that they got away with on the AAU circuit or the high school circuit, our veteran players who've had a lot of SEC and college experience, they can make it tough on them. And because we were one of the better defensive teams and rebounding teams, when you're playing against our veteran guys, things are not going to come so easily. But they've seen it, have adjusted, and they're all growing and developing. I mean, Herb Jones, for example, he's gained 10 pounds since he's been here. He's really looking good and starting to look the part. But a lot of those guys, when they came in from a weight training standpoint, body composition standpoint, we have a lot of work to do.
Chemistry-wise, when you bring in so many new guys, obviously chemistry is going to be something that's going to manifest, throughout the season. How have you seen it kind of start in these practices?
I think the chemistry's been great because I see our guys doing a lot more at this stage off the court. They tend to go out to dinners more, movies, or whatever they like to do, and they spend more time than any of the other two teams that I've had. They spend more time together at this stage. So I think that chemistry is carried over on the floor. And for those guys that's been here for 2 years, one of the things that's happened is they've never been to the tournament. And they know that they can play the game. Our incoming freshmen are going to be good. And if we can just blend it all together and come together as a team and have great chemistry, then maybe the end of our season is going to be a lot happier than the last two.
We heard you on the podcast last week. You said last year's team was one of the quietest teams you've ever been around. It was the Collins that would come in and assert himself. How difficult is that for a freshman to come in and find influence as quickly as
well, I think he's trying to come in and earn everything. And he's one of the things he knows that he can help is vocally on both ends of the floor. But I see it also with Herb. Herb is talking. Daniel Giddings now is eligible. He's talking. So, yes, he's helped, and he's a pretty boisterous, animated kid anyway, and I kind of like him.
How have you seen Daniel progress from this time, last year when he was in as a redshirt?
The main thing is he's comfortable. He's a lot more competent in what we're doing on both ends of the floor. So, and he's providing a lot of muscle. We lost a lot with Jimmy and Bowler inside. And Daniel knows that now it's his turn to come in and provide some of that muscle. His body looks great. He's about 25 pounds heavier than when he transferred in. And Lou Denise done a great job with him, so we need him to be that workhorse for us inside, and he's accepted that responsibility.
It seems like this is probably going to be the most athletic team that you have, probably the team most capable of this point, putting up public and one offensively. Is that something you've seen early on, also just the overall athleticism and capability of some of those numbers?
You're right, and one of the things we talked about is this slogan, buckle up. When I came in, we've been able to buck. We haven't been able to uckle or up. And hopefully they'll be able to, play faster, make better decisions. All of our guys on the perimeter, we feel everybody's capable of pass, dribbling, and shooting. The plays tend to work a little bit better. because you need people to pass it or handle the ball, problem solve, especially against trapping defenses. You know, we had a game here last year against Florida where we were playing pretty good. They put a little 1-3-1 press on us. We couldn't pass, dribble, or shoot. We hope that when we're in situations like that, not only will we be able to start games better, but close games better because of the talent that's on our roster. And hopefully the players that are coming back, they have some experience. But we hope to eventually get to the buckle up, score in 5 to 7 seconds. If you can't score in 5 to 7 seconds, score in the next 8 to 12 seconds. If not, have better execution at the end of the shot clock. Have players that can maybe get their shot off because they're better one-on-one players.
How much is Colin actually helping with that? We saw him running in the court. You know, he was ahead of most of the drills. How much is his speed and athleticism?
Well, I think in any sport, you look at, I know people get tired of me making a football reference. I hear that some on social media, but our running backs and wide receivers and cornerbacks and linebackers, they can cover ground. I think that translates over to the basketball court. We need foot speed. And Petty and Colin and Herb, those guys, Daniel, they can run. And you combine those guys with Braxton, who can get up and down the floor with Dejon and AJ, that gives us more depth of speed to be able to play a little bit faster, or when we're in a chase situation on defense, hopefully they can chase the ball down a little bit faster. So that speed is very important. Oh, he's different. He's more mature, he's more of a leader on the floor, and that was the blessing behind that NBA experience. Not getting the name called for the Chicago pre-draft camp, not getting drafted, only having one workout or so. So he came back a lot hungrier in a lot of the things that we taught. He had a chance to experience it during his workout. Now he knows the importance of it, but also how good you really have to be to get drafted. You really have to be good. And NBA general managers and presidents, they have to be in love with your talent. So he's come back a whole lot.
Avery, can Tevin travel to Canada with you guys?
That's a good question. Can't travel.
What do you hope to get out of it? What's the biggest thing you want to get out of your trip to Canada?
The biggest thing, the funny thing is, John Pelfrey asked me the same question. He's like, Coach, now just tell us, what are the 4 things you want to get out of Canada? I gave you 7. So I'll give you a couple. One, I want us to be able to score in transition. I really want us to be a better team in transition. Score the ball, whether that's a pass ahead dunk, a pull-up 3, somebody handling the ball, go coast to coast. I want to see us score more in transition. Offensively, I want to see us have better spacing on offense. We were a poor spacing team last year. And then defensively, I want to see us go up 3 dribbles. There were too many times teams got inside of our defense and we relied too much on our shot blocking. We were a pretty good team in terms of shot blocking, and that was because it was out of necessity because we got beat off dribble too much. So those are 3 things, but I got a couple more. I'll give them to you guys. One more. Anybody else? Somebody who didn't answer me.
Alex Reed. You feel like he's a guy, everybody's talking about Colin and John Case. What about Alex?
Alex, man, one of the reasons we recruited Alex because we thought he could help us in several ways. One, traditional 4-man that can post up with his back to the basket, but also that 4-man that can move to that stretch 4 position and make 3s. And then he could be somebody that could potentially move over and play some small 5 for us. You saw last year in our IT game, Richmond came in here with a guy that was more of a stretch 5, gave us fit. We didn't have that gear to go to. So we think he can help us in a lot of different areas. He's getting in better shape. He's a little bit heavy coming into camp, 255. We'd like to see him play at about 248 or 250. Okay, thanks guys. All right, you're welcome.